It is the grand debate. Since 1974, Chicago's Willis Tower, formerly known as the Sears Tower, has been the tallest building in our nation. But it's about to lose that title. The Council on Tall Buildings and Urban Habitat, sounds very official, doesn't it, says New York's One World Trade Center will be the new tallest at 1,776 feet as soon as it is finished. That height includes a 408-foot spire. It is a poignant moment for the city, but a bit of a heartbreaking one for Chicago. So let's bring in CNN's Poppy Harlow. She is in New York, and George Howell is standing by in Chicago. Poppy, I'm going to start with you. You know I'm a diehard Chicagoan, born and bred, but I was rooting for New York on this one.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I hear you, Zoraida. I think this is less about the competition of the cities this time because of the significance of this building. I apologize for all the noise. We're in the middle of the street in New York City, but I mean, at 1,776 feet tall, this is a symbolic number, an iconic number. Let's take you up to look at it because it marks and it symbolizes the birth of our democracy. This was the intention of the designers, the architects from the beginning, and what this council determined is that what you're looking at is not an antenna, but a spire. That's key because if it was an antenna, like on top of the Willis Tower, it wouldn't count in the height of the building. They said this is not an antenna, it wasn't intended to be, it is a permanent part of this building. Therefore, One World Trade Center becomes the tallest building in the United States, the third tallest building in the world, but this is a lot more than just the height. I just talked to a man that I've known for a while covering this, Mike Pinelli. He's the superintendent of One World Trade Center. He's been building this for the last 5 years, just about what it means and if this is bigger than competition between two cities. Listen.
More for what it really stands for. All right, Tower 1 symbolizes everything that was lost on 9/11. Our spire is just the candles on the cake. You know, it's really about 9/11. All right, and redeveloping the whole project. So it's good stuff.
For you personally?
For me personally, it's awesome. I've been involved. I was down here helping out the recovery. I was building 7 World Trade Center twice. I'm down here with Tower 1. So for me, this is the epitome of my career.
The epitome of a career for sure. I spent some time over the last few years, Zoraida, walking around the construction site as they were building higher and higher and higher, and now it's going to open its doors in a year, really less than a year, next year. So it's astonishing what they have been able to accomplish here. New Yorkers telling me today this city is about survival, this represents it, but another New Yorker saying to me, this isn't really about the height so much as just the fact that they rebuilt it here. Zoraida?
Yeah, I gotta say, I don't really care about the height of the building. I mean, I'm thrilled that New York gets to claim it won. I'm just happy it's getting done and thrilled to see it look so beautiful right now. But George, let's go to you in Chicago. I do understand if people in Chicago take this a little bit hard.
Well, John, yeah, to some extent, but technically, and just technically, until One World Trade Center is completed, the building you see back here, that building remains the tallest in North America. And look, for people who come here to visit Chicago, we can show you firsthand this building has not lost its luster. I wanted to take you up some 1,354 feet above the city of Chicago. It is a spectacular view out there here from the Willis Tower, better known to many people as the Sears Tower. And you can see people still show up. This is the place to be when you want to check out the view here in Chicago. Dave, if you come over here to the sky deck. So I'm joined here by Bill Utter, and you're a spokesperson with the Willis Tower. So what does this mean, this decision? How does it affect people showing up to check out the view here at this building?
Well, today on this wonderful sunny day in Chicago, we are standing here in these glass boxes we call the ledge, and you are standing in the tallest occupied spot in a building that you can stand in North America. And that will continue to be the case regardless of the decision today by the council. So from our perspective, what makes this building great remains. We also welcome One World Trade Center to this unique club of elite tall buildings, and we certainly think it's a wonderful structure. It's a great symbol of American resiliency, but we also know that here at the sky deck and the ledge, we are standing as high as you can stand in a building in North America.
And that doesn't change.
And that doesn't change.
Bill, thanks. And Dave, if you look down there, I mean, look, you can tell this is a very tall building, and regardless of the decision, certainly the vantage point here is spectacular and a landmark here in Chicago.
So George Howell winning the award for the coolest interview location of all time and the scariest. George, what do they think though about this whole spire thing? The fact that it's a spire that's putting the One World Trade Center over the top. Do people in Chicago think this is like a technicality?
Well, look, there are some who are hung up on that technicality. And look, there's always been, John, a friendly rivalry between these two major cities. I mean, what can you say? The Bears beat the Giants just last month. You get that in. But aside from all of that, I think people here in Chicago, when you talk to them, and really anywhere you go, when you see what's happening there in New York and rebuilding that iconic structure, you can tell people here are proud to see it really anywhere you go.
Zoraida was trying to convince me that Midwesterners are friendly. They're probably taking this well.
Such good people, they are taking it well. But they still have the cool ledge at the Willis Tower, so.
Sears Tower. I hold on to the past. Poppy Harlow, George Howell, thank you so much for being with us. Appreciate it.
Thanks.